It's something that I had like vaguely written before because it was for a different class and she wanted us to do like a self-help thing. So it's kind of sad.
It's good.
And I just added Abe's name in there to make it an actual monologue. Okay. The wind whispered through the dark, empty trees like a warning in a foreign language. Winter was coming, and with winter comes the darkness. With winter comes the feeling of suffocation that I can vaguely suppress during the warmer months. The feeling that my soul has escaped my body and taken up permanent residence somewhere far away from me and my problems. Like it left the weight on my chest as a going-away present, a constant reminder that empty and numb don't always go hand in hand. Because while my soul is on paid leave, my feelings are working overtime to pick up the slack, and the winter air on my skin should make me feel alive, but instead it just makes me feel like the chill in my bones has been personified. But as the leaves shed their skin and reinvent themselves, so will I, because I know I'll be fine. I'll be fine, Abe. This is the year that it all changes. This is the year that I finally get my life together. That was all.
Action. I told her she was going to get hurt if she stayed with him. I even warned her that he would treat her bad if she dated him. I sadly experienced this for myself with the same person. It's funny though because she even promised me that she wouldn't talk to him, said she would keep her distance. I used to think there was some kind of friend code for this sort of thing. You know, to not date the guy your so-called friend liked. Obviously not. She tried to keep it a secret, but I knew. I'm pretty good about finding these things out. If you're confused, here we go. I like this guy. He was kind of rude to me, didn't care for my hobbies and interests, and just kind of used me. But for some reason, I was so fond of him. Then my friend came along. They were flirty at first, but that's to be expected because she's usually that way with everyone. The guy and I broke up, and I was heartbroken. She was there for me, though. She helped me get through it. Then I found out that only a week after our breakup, she was dating him and acted like everything was okay. Like, excuse me? I told you all the terrible things he did, but you still didn't listen to me? I told you she was going to get hurt. It's a shame, really, because I really cared for our friendship. I did. But this was something I simply cannot forgive her over. Sorry, best friend, but if you hadn't done what you had done, I wouldn't have had to kill you. The end.
Action.
It's raining. I hear them all around me, approaching from all sides. Here amongst the red-stained trees and split skull, I stand baptized in the blood of my brother's slayers. My feet stand firm atop my dearest enemies, while those wolves prowl and stare me down. Already my blood runs like dew on the bushes. My rage still hungers for more. There are footsteps amongst the undergrowth, yet I hear nothing, not even my own heartbeat. There is no wind, just the insanity of silence. In my hands is the blade forged from the metal of my forefather's devotion to the All-Father will. Covering my body is the metalwork of countless war slaves taken in my Lord's names. On the ridges and edges of my face bear my prayers to the Lord for my starving people. The steps grow louder, and now I hear their harsh whispers. I feel the coiled grip of Wolfstring, firm in my hand like a pillar of strength sent from the Lord himself. The blade shines through its red paint as the moon on the moon, and it makes it look like a beam of white fire. The steps are all around me, their silhouettes like living trees. I exhale and raise Wolfstrin. The symphony of drawn arrows fills me with joy. The swords are drawn. Bodies of armor peek through the undergrowth, and slurs of unknown tongues come out under hushed breaths. They gather like prison walls around me while I pray. The dew has fallen. The swords clank shields, victory, or Valhalla.
Hello there, my name is Professor James Henry Bidwell. I am a highly esteemed writer from the City of London. Some would say I'm the modern-day Aristotle. I have written many amazing stories that the Queen herself has enjoyed. Some of you have asked about my, strange voyage across the Pacific. You see, I was aboard the Kayla May with the former Captain Jennings. Not too long after we left port, we were overrun by some of the most terrifying pirate groups who have ever sailed the seven seas. But let me tell you something. They were not all that. They were quite frilly. After Captain Jennings lost his senses and was seduced by the wretched captain, and they imprisoned the rest of us until every last man on the ship was enslaved by the wretched women. But of course they didn't put me under their wicked spell. Me and of course the esteemed Madame Prescott. They kept us locked up in the brig, but we stayed strong until the Royal Fleet came to rescue us. The pirates tried to play a trick on the fleet, but I bravely charged ahead and defeated the pirates with the Royal Navy, and we captured them. You may be wondering why none of them are currently in prison, and that is because, they shortly escaped after we returned to Great Britain. I had returned home, but when I found out they had escaped, I was furious. They would have never escaped if I wasn't there to make sure they all hung. But alas, I had returned home to begin writing my new book, James Bidwell, How I Outsmarted Pirates. The end.
I woke up one day and it hit me. I'm here in my bed in my tiny apartment doing nothing with my life. I hate my job, my car has a flat tire, I have no idea what my exam is over that I have to take today. I'm just hoping and praying that I happen to have a package of ramen noodles in my cupboard because I did not eat it all yesterday. Adults tell you that high school is the best time of your life. Teenagers will tell you that college is the best time of your life. Everyone will tell you that adulthood is the worst time of your life. So far, high school sucked, college is sucking, so I just can't wait to get out into the real world and get a job at Mickey D's. Santa Claus doesn't come anymore, and I ran out of Tooth Fairy money a long time ago. I actually ran out of all my money a long time ago. Being 19 totally blows. Maybe I'll get lucky and get abducted by aliens, though. That reminds me, I can't wait for that new movie to come out. I haven't seen any of the other alien movies, but the new one looks pretty good. You may be listening to me drone on and think that I'm just a whiner. Well, I'm here to tell you that you'd be right. If you would like to file a complaint that I will never look at, submit it to my Tumblr inbox at edgelord27. Back to the main story, though. I'm out of money, and my life is in shambles. My parents have disowned me, so there's no point asking them for help. But as I learned in therapy, take everything one step at a time. I got past that step a while ago. Now I'm really just worried about my chemistry exam today. We spent the entire semester just looking up the latest memes. The exam is not about memes. So now I'm on Wikipedia trying to learn as much as I can about chemistry for my exam in the next 15 minutes. If I fail, it would just be another year of memeage, but I'll lose my scholarship, sending me back home to small town Minnesota. I really wish that Dr. Wright had spent more time on electrons and less time on Pepe. Ah, see? Wikipedia comes in handy. I used to have no idea what an electron was. I also know what a proton is. I'm pretty proud of myself. Now, if I could just figure out what stoichiometry is. It's probably not important. Is granite an element? I don't even know if elements are on the test. Is brass an alloy? What the heck even is an alloy?
Family. You wouldn't understand what family is. What kind of mother would treat us the way Gaia treated us? She was always strict and harsh, especially towards me. We'd only ever see her when she would call her little meetings or during her little feast. Other than that, she only ever talked to us when it was convenient for her. I am sick and tired of Mother Nature. I am sick of her rules, and I do not appreciate being looked down upon. I say it's time for someone else to be in charge. And if no one else is going to step up, then I will, even if that means destroying her. You were always her favorite, Tara. Her perfect little spirit. I wonder why. Oh, maybe it was because you were the element that was closest to her. You could do no wrong in her eyes. just because you possess the element of earth. I never hated you, Tara. I actually looked up to you since you were the only one who seemed to care about me. I really don't want to hurt you. I've always considered you more family than Mother Nature. So I want to give you a chance to join me. But if you don't join me, I will destroy you and everything you love.
Oh.
My name is Jacob, and I'm an idiot. The day started simple enough. Wake up, poop, eat breakfast, shower, get dressed, and leave. Oh, get the light first. Then leave. But on days like today, things can never be that simple. That's right. What you're looking at is a potato in my tailpipe. And no, that's not an innuendo for something in my butt. This potato is almost definitely going to ruin my car or blow up or something. I actually don't really know what potatoes can do to a car, but it can be good, right? Now, you must be wondering exactly why is there a potato in my tailpipe? Like, who would sabotage such a boring person's car? Maybe a pun to describe how much of a spud of a human being I am? Maybe some sort of vegetable-based terrorist organization focused on killing the common man and showing that no one is safe, even a single 22-year-old white male who doesn't exercise and doesn't know how to write a check? But no, it was me who did it. Drunk me. Drunk me likes to make life a lot more interesting by doing little gags and goofs on me, like putting the keys in the fridge or turning the washer on with no clothes. But never has he tried to fucking kill me, or potentially kill me or hurt me. Like I said, I don't really know what the potato in the tailpipe does, but neither does drunk me. But regular me doesn't know to check the tailpipe because I don't remember. So here I go, in a blaze of glory, literally the dumbest way to die, in a starch-ridden fireball of flames and it just fell out. I thought it'd at least like shoot out or something, but well, that's lame. Sorry to waste your time, folks.
Action.
You know, that is a good question. About a month, 2 months ago, I was in a bit of a sticky situation and was completely surrounded by somebody. I get in these situations a lot, like a weirdly large amount. So anyways, I was surrounded by whoever, because borrowed, but no, borrowed isn't really the right word either, because I wasn't actually planning on giving it back, but it also wasn't theirs to begin with, so I don't really think it was stealing. How about took? Taken? Tooken? Yeah, whatever. I had something of theirs, and they wanted it back. So I was surrounded by all manner of nasty looking dudes, and I was thinking to myself, how am I going to get out of this one? Well, what I did was I whipped out my gun, bam, took out the first guy. Then ducked behind cover, pop, pop, took out the second two. Then I turned to the fourth guy and said, do you really want some of this? And he ran away. Why are you looking at me like that? Okay, fine. So what happened was I tripped backwards off a cliff and landed on an outcropping where I hid until they left. But I feel like the big point here is that I managed to get out of the situation relatively unscathed. Anyways, the point of me telling you all this is just because our situation looks bad now, with the fire and machine guns everywhere, we're gonna be fine. I've been in worse situations than this. I've been in worse situations than this. I've been in worse situations than this in this month, this week even. However, to answer your question, yes, absolutely, you should be terrified right now.